What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Head Coach Ross of the ATACX Gym, Street Warrior, Njia Uhuru Kipura. As you know, Njia Uhuru is a Swahili term. It means the way of freedom. And Kipura, well, that right there is the name of the ancient fighting system from Congo, which is mispronounced, misapplied, and diluted in Brazil as capoeira, the cardio capoeira expression, more dance and exercise oriented than self-defense. Okay, what's this video about? Well, I'm responding to the emails and what have you to express my opinion on the UFC 234, especially and specifically the Anderson Silva Israel the last style bender Adesanya match. In short, it was a good match, and it pretty much confirmed two things that I think most of us in the know knew or suspected, and the majority of us watching it did not suspect. First, Anderson confirmed that he's still an elite striker. As you noticed, he went in there and struck with Israel Adesanya, the younger, taller, quicker, longer kickboxing phenom. So he went there and did well. Exactly like I said in my previous video, I said that I believe that Anderson is the better boxer kicker, meaning that I believe that Anderson has better hands and he has a better assault based upon the use of his hands and defenses, upper body defenses with his hands, and secondarily his kicks. Whereas conversely, I thought that against Anderson, Israel would be the better kicker boxer, the literal kick boxer, meaning kicking more, moving, or what have you. And that's what we saw. Adesanya was moving a lot, using a lot of feints, trying to keep as much distance as possible between him and Anderson, keeping Anderson at the end of his kicks and punches, and which he threw in combination, he threw well and skillfully. This was not a surprise. We expected this type of thing. Those of us with experience in this is what we expected. What we wanted to see is how well Anderson stood up to that, and Anderson stood up very well today. He stood with Israel, and he's the only person to have done so. So in MMA, in the UFC anyway, he stood in there and didn't get blown out. He's been there, and he did pretty well. The second takeaway, which most of us don't know, but which I think was very important, is that it can be basically summed up as we needed more rounds. We needed to see these two in a 5-round championship match to see what would have happened, because the first 3 rounds went pretty much the way we expected. The first round, I gave it to Adesanya. The second round, I gave it to Silva. The match was up for grabs in the 3rd round, and Israel came out and outworked Anderson, in my opinion. I still have the greatest respect for Anderson because Anderson's 43. I think Anderson would have smoked Israel if Anderson was 33. I think he'd have stopped Israel in 2. But I think that that Anderson is still the better overall mixed martial artist, and I think there's no question Anderson is a better grappler. I think Anderson has a better MMA clinch. I think it's clear that Adesanya has a better striking, kickboxing type clinch, and definitely we needed to see these two for 5 rounds. If I saw them for 5 rounds, I would still give the edge to Israel Adesanya. But I think there's a couple of things that Anderson could do that could change that. One of the first things is something I haven't really mentioned here before, but something that I'm doing, and which my family does, and which my cousin, Sensei Derek Fletcher of Fletcher Kempo, is the leader of, and that is, if you in our family anyway, he's the leader of this particular branch of science, and that would be have a plant-based, alkaline-based diet. My cousin Derek and my cousin assistant coach Kent, they're the premier practitioners, along with, of course, our teacher Uncle Bobby, of this particular expression here. I think that if Anderson did that, Anderson would get quicker, he would lose weight, he would get stronger, and he'd have greater endurance, and so he'd be able to unleash those extended combinations that he really needed to unleash to win the match in the 3rd round of UFC 234, but which we did not see. Interestingly, I think that Anderson will find himself perched in the middle between middleweight and welterweight, or close enough in weight as a middleweight, like walking around at 185, 190, that he could actually cut to welterweight and challenge Tyron Woodley for Tyron's belt. Now, I actually don't want to see Anderson and Tyron match, because I love Tyron and I want Tyron to stay as a middleweight, and I think that Tyron, presents specific dangers to Anderson too. I think that's a winnable match for Anderson, but I don't want to see these two guys go at it. I'd like Tyron to stay as the welterweight champion. And I'd like to see Anderson, I'd like to see more weight classes in the UFC and Anderson snare one of those belts, like a 195-pound weight class. I'd like to see Anderson win that one, but I don't see the UFC doing that at all, maybe in the next 5 years, but definitely not within the remaining amount of Anderson's career. So I think that if Anderson is serious about trying to reacquire a belt, he pretty much has to give up the idea of getting it at middleweight. They're not going to give it to him at middleweight. And I think his best chance would be to cut to welterweight and challenge Tyron Woodley in a super fight that is also a title fight, and that also be a history-making match, which Tyron would take. Tyron would definitely take that match. And I would actually give Anderson the edge in that match. But it'd be very competitive. But I would give Anderson the edge in that match. I think Anderson has what it takes to outpoint Tyron. I do not see him stopping Tyron. Tyron is a beast. He's a brilliant beast, and he's underrated still, despite his dismantling of everybody he's gotten with, and he's gonna dismantle Usman too. And I like Usman, but he's not ready for Tyron. I see Tyron winning a clear decision or a stoppage victory against Usman. So, yeah. If you guys have any questions or comments regarding any more of my thoughts on the UFC or kickboxing or sports or what have you in general, you know what to do. First, you subscribe to my channel. Hit that sub button and hit the notification bell so you know when I put up these videos. Leave a comment. Hit a like on my videos. Go to my website, googlesites.com/ATACX Street Warrior Capoeira. That's googlesites.com/ATACX Street Warrior Capoeira. And oh wait, what is this? I'm reading this here. It's got another one here as I'm talking to you here. Anderson against Conor. Anderson will annihilate Conor. We're not going to see that first, but the email says, who do I think would win if Anderson and Conor McGregor? For Anderson will annihilate Conor. He'll smoke Conor in under 3. Conor's going to sleep. He'll take Conor out. And Dana White knows that there's no chance in this world that he's going to give Anderson a chance to annihilate his cash cow. That's not going to happen. All right. And yes, I was aware that John Jones called Israel Adesanya to win this match. John Jones said that in his heart he would like to see Adesanya win, but he thinks that that Israel will, quote, kick his ass, meaning kick Anderson's ass, unquote. So yeah, I'm aware of that. So any more comments, any more questions in this regard? Who do I think Anderson should Anderson? I'm reading it right here. You guys asking me who do I think Anderson should match against next? Weidman, as you suggested, Weidman 3. Actually, that would be a good one because I thought Anderson was winning the first one. I mean, the second one. He was winning the first one too until he got caught. And it was Anderson's performance against Weidman which exposed the blueprint to defeat Weidman, which Machida pushed a bit more on the feet without the grappling, and Rockhold complement just dominated with, and then since that point forward, some variation of that blueprint was used to defeat Weidman. Weidman, I think, is underrated, and I think that his cutting weight is really what got him. I think that if he had campaigned at 205 and stayed at 205, his career would have gone longer. I think the cutting weight took that extra 10% out of him, which is what you need in the championship rounds against championship caliber guys. So I think that made a significant difference. I like Chris Weidman, I really do. I like his heart, I like his techniques, I like how he gets down, but I don't think he's better than Anderson. So yeah. Reading any other questions any of you have out there? Yes. This one's regarding about Cyborg and Leona. Do I think that Cyborg and Leona 2 will never happen? Yes, I think that'll never happen. Like I said to you before in my video, you got to check my video out. I talked about this. Go check my video out. I'm going to give you a short version, but go check my video. No, I'm not even going to give you a short version. Go check my video out and see what I think about that. All right, I already had that out talking about this. Any other questions? Yeah, I did wait. This was about the Super Bowl, NFL, American football, NFL Super Bowl. Yeah, did I see it? Yeah, all right, what's that, brother? All right now, did I see it? Yeah. And did I call that? No, I thought it would be a higher scoring event. You know, I think some props to the defense of the Rams. Yes, I'm West Coast, so I did want the Rams to win, but was I stupid enough to bet against Tom Brady in the Super? No, hell no. You know, nah. I was definitely with Brady at this point in time. He's not on the downside of his career. Like I already said this in my previous video. You guys need to check out the videos I put out. You ask me to put out videos on these different things, and then you don't check them out. All right, check them out. Check my videos out before you say anything about that. All right. What's the next one? Do I have any static about? No. I'll answer. I'll shoot a video about this. Question's about cardio capoeira. I'll answer that question about what my position is about cardio. Am I actually angry or do I hate? No, I don't. But I'll get that in the next video, okay? All right, everybody, it's your boy, Head Coach Ross with ATACX Gym, Street Warrior, in Gio Uhuru Capoeira. Go to my website, googlesites.com/ATACX Gym, Street Warrior Capoeira. Sign up, hit the subscribe button on my video. I mean, on my YouTube. We get over 1 million visitors a month, but over 97% of you aren't even subscribed. Subscribe, please, we need you. All right, and hit the notification bell, leave the comments at the end. Asante sana, amani, ashe.